Did you ever see a guy so black he's purple?
I've seen white people so white they'd be purple.
What the fuck?
You know, you see like real pale motherfuckers, and it's like, oh wow, yeah, you can just see your blood, huh?
Well, that's what we were saying, yeah.
Actually, yeah, no, it does kind of end up being like a purplish. It's kind of greenish too, though.
At the end of the day, we're all purple.
At the end of the day, we all bleed green.
This is just another example of when woke goes wrong.
Exactly. Only white.
God, I would love
bleed
to.
red.
I'd love to get the Wild Stevens.
I would love to what they think
appraisal on the situation right now.
Dude, I would love to interview them on the riots.
I wish we could send them out places. Just get man on the street.
No, they would be they'd be openly hostile and then get shot and then we get sued because of it or something.
Good publicity though, wouldn't it?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Our little goon squad we send out to fucking do fucking aggravating.
I bet at least one of them right now is impersonating an ICE officer.
For sure. At least like role
be.
playing, like cosplaying. Like he's definitely.
Those dudes probably think it means like
recently.
freezing them. Like we're putting all the Mexicans on ice. Like he's probably running around like fucking hitting them with like a Mr. Freeze gun, a Dr. Freeze gun that they made in their stupid auto parts shop.
Yeah, in their tire shop.
Out of coolant and fucking
What if someone froze you in a big comical sized ice cube, but your penis was out of it and they were sucking you off and you couldn't do anything?
That's definitely someone's fetish.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, that probably is. And that's not that far off from like that like latex suit shit where you're
as someone who gets really claustrophobic, that shit.
Yeah, but what if you're cold?
Horrifying.
Yeah,
yeah, it's just scary.
It is very scary. That makes my heart rate go up just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Which I do a lot.
What would you do if you came into the house and Courtney had the fucking contraption?
Had the contraption ready to go with the vacuum. Just hop in, hun.
She says, "Get in."
I'm saying no immediately. Like that's
what the fuck.
I can't. I'm not hopping in the contraption, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty open.
I think my heart would actually explode.
Yeah, I would go at it with a knife so that I couldn't be putting it by accident.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate the idea of that.
Keeping my eyes on it at all times in case it tries to jump me.
What if it had the zipper on the mouth so you could still breathe?
I think they usually have it where you have to be able to breathe.
Yeah,
I think they have like a tube or whatever.
I've seen ones where their whole
100% mortality rate.
I don't know how they do it, but it's all the way over there. Yeah, it's got to be the worst way to go.
Yeah, and
I feel like that's part of the fun to those kind of people, right? Though it's like to die in such a humiliating way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, let's ask DJ Faze. He probably knows.
When he gets suffocated in the contraption.
You think they make
anything and everything goes?
Do they have a vacuum strong enough for suffocation chamber?
That's a different guy, isn't it?
Oh,
completely different fellow.
Damn it!
But a lot of crossover. I'm pretty sure she knows DJ Fades. I'm pretty sure they're connected.
That's a celebrity power couple if I ever did hear one.
DJ Fades hates Chumbus. I think they have a history together, which is like the kind of the MCU crossover.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Don't drink fizzy.
Don't drink fizzy before having anal or whatever it was.
Yes, one of the great sex tips of our time. I wish he would have written a self-help book.
Should we answer? We've got a lot of questions we need to get through. Should we answer some?
I'm down to answer questions. We've got quite a backlog.
You won't.
And I think there's been some fire ones.
You won't.
Hey guys, I've got a question for you Americans.
Hello.
Do any of the boys of Beef have a class ring or class ring story from high school? I'm willing to bet not me. I had a class jacket. This guy says he or she pawned mine for a tattoo.
That is such an dude. The idea of a pawn shop paying money for a class ring blows my mind.
Yeah, who the fuck's gonna want that?
Yeah, what's the resale value on? Yeah, you want this fucking Elkton High class of 2013 ring?
Are there real stones or real gold or anything involved? Like, could you melt it down for parts, or is it like?
I don't fucking know.
I don't think so.
It looks like a ring pop.
Yeah.
So neither of you guys have class.
Literally, no.
No, I do not. I didn't even know that was like still.
Thank you for the question.
I thought they did that like once in a movie, like from like 1982 or something. I didn't know that was real.
It's probably some shit they still do in like Illinois.
But selling it for a tattoo is fire.
Yeah,
I have a varsity
trade.
but it has nothing to do with. That has to do with earning my spot on a varsity level team in high school.
Well, Yeah, that's fine. Did you?
He always had to make him a
that get you
varsity
pussy?
athlete.
I was a great shot put and a great nose tackle. What can I say?
Did the jacket help you get pussy, James? Yes or no?
Did it?
No.
Okay.
Damn.
Hey, I got it, but it wasn't because of the jacket.
How do you know?
Can we get a replay on that?
Yeah, can we get
James
one
was
of your
wearing
high
the
school
jacket,
fucks on
butt
the
ass
line?
naked, just nothing else but the jacket. Fucking
looking at yourself in the mirror like in American Psycho, and the jacket, like, yeah, fuck, it look good.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
With your class
Got my
ring,
Letterman sweater with my penis in front.
you're punching the girl in the back of your hair with your class ring, so it leaves an imprint.
Yeah.
Crack that shit like an ostrich egg.
Thank you for the question. I'm sorry, but none of us were stupid and dumb enough to get a class ring. But
Yeah, dumbass.
we did a class jacket, and I designed it. I was the guy in
I was
charge of
kidding.
like doing it all.
what the fuck? Damn, bro. What the fuck?
No, that's actually really cool. I really like that. I would have much rather had a class jacket. That would have been sick as fuck.
People really liked it. I didn't. I was actually kind of disappointed with how it turned out, but people didn't seem to care, so whatever, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, it's your artwork that everybody gets to remember.
Oh, no, it wasn't artwork. It was
your
more
name
like,
is. Oh,
I don't think it was an artwork, but it was
the
like
clothing designer.
Yeah,
He was like,
took-
the
I,
school logo
arranged
should
it.
go here.
I mean, yeah, kind of. That was actually what I did. I had to like.
I was
I
in
had to go
yearbook
and-
club, and I was gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be so cool and creative, and it was like, no, here's like a template. You put the picture. You could either put the picture at the top and the words at the bottom, or maybe the words at the top or the picture at the bottom.
You
Maybe the
figure it
picture to the side and the word to the other side.
out. Yeah,
But
yeah.
never the word to this side and the picture to this side. I was like, okay, I get you. That makes sense.
Did you sneak in anything silly?
No.
Okay.
Damn.
My yearbook, I took that class to basically do nothing because it was like 50 people working on the yearbook, and it was like and it was for a whole semester, like like 4 months, and it was enough for like 2 people to get done in like a weekend. So I would just sit in the class and like throw pencils at people and fucking like eat erasers. I don't know what I was doing. I was
Yeah.
17.
I had a class like that too when I first started high school. Where like, oh no, it wasn't even a class though. I briefly played bass, and I was awful at it. Like I was fucking dog shit.
Women love a bass player.
But like me and 2 or 3 other guys were like, oh, let's play in a band, and we just kind of like,
Damn.
we'll play at the school like prize giving, like end of the year, and so we like for like the last semester pretty much. we
No,
just
I
got,
don't know.
Are
Are you talking about like most funniest guy award, that type of thing?
No. There's like it's like a legit like parents come and shit. It's like where they give out like they kind of
Like you
pass
get like
out.
money.
There's some scholarships that are given out, I think,
want
but it's just
that.
kind of like it's like you do it from primary school all the way up to like high school. It's like at the end of every year they've got like here's the awards for like oh this guy got top of science. They got top of. They pretty much just announce your grades to
no,
everyone.
America
second
does
graders,
not
it's like-
encourage people's scholastic
For second
abilities
grade, it's
nearly
like
that
this-
much.
This kid got the least amount of shit all over the walls and ceilings of the bathroom somehow. There was always
This
like
kid
every
got
year.
the least amount of pussy this year.
Every year from like
Boo.
kindergarten to like 3rd grade, somehow somebody would shit and get poo like on the ceiling. Maybe, at least like once a year. And it's
really
like, how are we
cool.
doing this? How are we accomplishing this, guys? What are we doing?
It's like Yoshi spitting out his egg.
Yeah.
Prize giving was like brutal looking back on it because like I was a fucking little nerd, so I was always like near the top, and like because the way they do it, like I guess they're kind of giving you your like I don't know, congratulations on passing like this year, assuming you did. Obviously, if you didn't pass you couldn't go to fucking prize giving, but most kids did. But it was like they'd read out your name and then like what how your grades were, and it would either be like I said the other way, excellence, merit, achieved or not achieved. Obviously, they wouldn't read out not achieves because that's kind of fucking weird. But they were like,
Just a bit.
it'd be like James, excellence in this in science, math, and actually I wasn't that good at math. Science,
Excellence
English,
in pussy eating.
merit in pussy eating, achieved
There you
and
go.
not shitting himself. So, like you that felt good if you're one of those guys. But then, like, as the prize giving went on, and it went through like the top classes down to the shittier classes, it would be like there'd be a guy at the end who, like, his only thing would just be like, achieved in English.
Yo,
it's like, how are you here?
Yo, that is brutal.
That would have been me.
Yeah, well, I guess that's a good way to get people to want to have decent grades, because no one wants to get hit with.
No, it'd be pretty funny to be
shop
only
class.
have like that would be my motivation, to only get like achieved physical education
that's
or something.
absolutely gonna be
It's like you just pass
for a lot
gym.
of guys.
That'd be pretty fucking awesome.
That was like the one thing I would be bad at. Would be like, excellence in science, math, blah blah blah, and then achieved in PE. Okay.
Do you guys have to? Do you guys have to like climb like the 40-foot rope in your gym class?
No,
I never had to do that. That always felt like one of those really old like type of
we
things.
didn't have to,
do.
but we got the chance. No, yeah, it was legit like 35 feet, and all they did was put like one of those like 2-inch thick like gym mats down.
Yeah, they let us try it, but we didn't have to do it for like.
I climbed all the way to the ceiling, and I like held from the fucking rafters of the gym thing.
You're a fucking psycho.
That was when I was half the size of this, but it was pretty fire.
There was
climbing shit was so fun.
I gotta. What do you call those things though? Where it's like funniest guy? A salutation? Isn't there like a name for it?
I don't know what the official name for it was, but it was basically just like the class kind of voted on.
Yeah,
you guys get any of those
at the end of the year.
I didn't get one, although we hosted one.
I won 2.
Yeah.
I won best hair. There was a girls ones and boys ones, so I won best hair out of all the boys.
Nice.
Like 200 dudes. So I was like, that's pretty fire. And then the day they came to take my picture, my hair was fucked because I woke up like super late. And they didn't tell you. They were just like, hey, you won. We're coming to take the picture for the yearbook. And they showed up like in the middle of class and made you like stand up in front of your class and take a picture. It was like humiliating. They just made you. They literally just knocked on the door like, hey, Mr. Whatever, can we have James stand up? We're gonna take his picture for the yearbook. I'm like, what? You can't like. You couldn't have caught me somewhere in the middle of class or like in between.
I could like go into the hallway and do this.
Yeah, or you like, can we?
Do you have that photo anywhere?
It's in a box, but I have the yearbook.
Yeah, I was trying to remember
I'll
if I've
try
been
to find it, and
any...
if so, we'll put it here. Courtney, put it here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a good topic. Like, I'm trying to think if there's any notable yearbook photos I got snagged in and look awful. Where you're just like,
I'm in a bunch of them.
How did this? How did they capture me like this?
We did not have the fucking the like most smallest penis award or whatever. We did do like
I
won that a couple of times.
It's like bullying.
Yeah, well, the prefix we hosted this like every year. There was like a prefix like prize giving at the end of the year, which was like kind of the like the most you're allowed to make fun of the school, I suppose, because it's like we're all in last year of high school. We're prefix, so we're like the top of the team, the closest to God.
Prefix are like the Weasley brother that everyone hated because he was like a nerd and a stickler.
Yeah, you're. It's kind of a bullshit title these days. I guess some people probably take it more seriously. You're just meant to be like a representative or like, kind of. I think you're meant to be more like representing the interests of the students of different sectors. So like, I was an arts prefect, so I would like do all the art stuff and be like
that's cool.
there. And I guess just like I probably honestly didn't do as much with it as I should have. But there,
so if
also
everyone
kind
in your
of
grade like sucks at art, do they like bring you in a fucking dungeon and beat the shit out of you?
You're not doing your job, boy.
I think it was more just like if there's events that need running and we need like a mature student, like here's like a dozen of like guys who are 17, 18 who like aren't complete fuckwits who can help run these things. That's probably the gist of it. But
I think we had something similar at our school. It was like the seniors and juniors could sign up for it, and they were kind of just around to like help out in the different departments.
I can confirm that you are a fuckwit.
Yeah,
but in a good way.
Oh yeah.
If I knew you now, I wouldn't trust you to lead a gang of young men to be responsible good boys.
No, we weren't. Oh, none of us were really.
Let you
but
within 500 feet of a school.
That's not what I was saying.
I will say that we definitely were the best out of the people, like the most responsible, I should say.
Yeah.
The bar was very low.
Fair.
It often is.
You were at an all boys school, so it's even lower.
Oh yeah. But there was
Just
kind of
pure debauchery.
there is kind of a leeway for that. I think all the teachers know, like, okay, yeah, this is a bunch of fucking adolescent boys. Like, yeah, there's going to be some shenanigans. But we did have a prefect assembly where it was like you got to do it was like a dozen or so piss take kind of awards. One of them was to the teacher who had his keyboard shat on when the school was burned, and they gave him a new keyboard.
Yo.
You gave him the best shitted keyboard award.
I'm always fascinated by people who have the gumption to just pull down their pants and shit in a public setting. Just
crazy.
whether it's for a purpose, whether it's because you hate someone, whether it's because you don't know where you are right now.
I personally,
whatever the reason is, I'm always just like, that's incredible.
I personally would never get my fecal matter on a teacher's.
I get gun shy.
Wow, we got a real goody two shoes over here.
Well, I was trying to make a joke because I literally have put a teacher's thing in my ass, but
yeah, up your colon.
Into your sphinx. What did you put in
right
there?
in.
It was the teacher's keys.
You know, there was
that's
a teacher
right.
I didn't.
That's right.
Yeah, it's I've told the story a couple of times.
Yeah.
He did a full Mario ground
but
pound
honestly, it is
very,
very different because I've never had the stage fright with peeing. I know some people don't like peeing in a public bathroom around other people.
I'm not super into it. I can if I need.
I'm not into it, but I don't have any issue. My bladder isn't holding up the stop sign. But even if I know that I'm alone, shitting in a place where I'm not meant to be shitting, I think I do have a little pause.
I do as well. Travel shitting, the worst. I hate it.
Yeah.
Well, but if it's in a bathroom, it's okay.
But with your family or whatever.
If let's say if someone brought a porta potty into a I don't know, a fucking gymnasium or some shit.
Or something.
Yeah, it's something about that feels strange.
Yeah, I don't know how people can shit in a porta potty. It's man, how bad do you need? Just hold on.
Hey, we shit. Oh no, we didn't. I don't think any of us shit and we pissed in it. But is that we hiked a mountain in Alaska, and at the bottom there's just a gigantic hole inside of a building. And it's just a humongous hole of mounds of shit. No. It was not an outhouse. It was It was an
outhouse.
Andrew, people think of the Shrek outhouse when they hear outhouse. It was a room the size of an 18-wheeler, and the hole was humongous, and the hole was 10 feet in diameter, wider than the actual hole in the ground. And there was I remember looking down into it, and that was 40 years of fucking shit. It was an inconceivable amount of shit.
Well, I mean, because they bring stuff
up. It was 100 square foot.
It's a big ass. It's an outhouse made to store stuff. It's not your. It's not your damn little rinky dink.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not
it's a.
If you fell into the hole, they would have trouble getting you out of it. It was.
I like the idea of having a rope. You just see a rope hanging from the ceiling. And it's oh, what's the rope for?
Just
in case.
Just for insurance.
Just in case. We did the real quick. The story of the guy shit on the keyboard. It was this really lanky fucking white dude who I think dropped out when he was 16. The second he was allowed to. He had dreads.
That's a surprise.
And he hated this one teacher in particular. I don't know why. I don't know the law, but I'm assuming it was a teacher.
It's not the keyboard he shat on.
No. Well, apparently
I got the wrong guy.
Him and some other guys broke in, stole a bunch of projectors, and then specifically when they stole the projector from that guy, he did shit on. I believe it was his laptop keyboard, and then closed the laptop.
Nice.
Oh, that's nasty.
That's fucked. Yeah.
And when Kudos went to high school, that's a laptop in 2003, dude. That's expensive.
That was a Lenovo ThinkPad.
Yeah, he straight.
They should got all over the little nipple.
Yeah, the little.
Oh yeah, dude, you can never clean it off of that. It's your trackpad.
It's a mouse.
It's your mouse.
The little red dot they just put in the middle of the keyboard.
Yeah, it's straight up a mouse.
You tweak
it like a fucking nipple and it moves the keyboard.
That's weird.
And Oh, sorry, moves the mouse. Apparently, like it sucks. It's not a good mouse, but apparently they have to like keep it on there because so many of the if you're the kind of IT guy who uses a Lenovo ThinkPad, like that is your thing. Like that is you use the Lenovo ThinkPad. So if you remove the fucking nipple, like you may as well just cut
kill myself.
Hey guys, Kiyoshi asks, in a fantasy setting, what kind of sword/sword style would you use? Would it be a magic sword? Would it be named? Get specific. I know every elementary school boy drew up their dream sword.
I did multiple times, but I will be coming up with a freshman on the spot.
So
I didn't know that people did that. I'm just bad at drawing, I guess.
Did Kiyoshi because I'm forgetting the question already. Did they specify? Does it have to be a sword or any kind of like fantasy type weapon that we really like? Or is it sword specific? I know they said sword a couple times, but I didn't know if they added weapon.
The biggest leeway they gave you was a magic sword.
Okay, so it's in the sword family.
Let me get mine out of the way because these guys are more... they got more picture brains. If you ever played the Lord of the Rings Two Towers game, it's so fire. In that game, Aragorn's sword... when you get on like a combo, starts like fucking glowing green with like green flames all over it when you're like really going crazy on combos.
Yeah.
So I want Aragorn's green flame sword.
Green combo sword.
It's specifically
the green combo sword goes crazy.
It's specifically his like ranger sword, I think, before he goes to the fucking Anduril moment. So I want Aragorn's big green glowy ranger sword. And then you said sword style. So I want Aragorn's big green ranger sword, big green flamey ranger sword, and then my sword style would be saber style 7 Mace Windu. You know what I'm saying?
What the f***?
No, I'm not.
Those are three very different words.
There's 7 lightsaber styles. Mace Windu invented his own that harnesses the dark side but doesn't go too far to make him evil, but it makes him really aggressive and cool, and he's the only one that can use it because anyone that else that tries to use it becomes a dark lord. So I would I'd be
this is all true.
I would be Aragorn's flaming sword of the west.
Right.
And I would be Mace Windu's sword style, like fighting style of epic Dark Lord.
So it's a very aggressive style of fighting.
Well, I don't know, because he said sword style. So to me, sword style, I guess sword style means like a falchion or something. But to me,
I think it's like broadsword, like, falchion, cutlass.
Yeah, I was thinking like a style of combat.
I like it.
So that's my.
I like that. I like where your head's at. Go on, kudos.
Okay, it'll be a long sword. I'm feeling long sword. See, I'm also kind of going with James's sword style idea, but like just for the sword itself, it'll be like a light and dark sword. So it'll be like maybe split down the middle, black and white.
Yo.
I have it. As you know, I've had a sword I've been fucking around with for a D&D character I want to make, and it'll be. It's like it's for a character called the Knight of Roses. And so it'll be like a wooden kind of hilt with like where the fucking the fucking guard that kind of like spins out into like little roses, and then the base of the pommel is also a rose, but then there's kind of like the metal part just kind of comes out of the wood, you know, like it just sort of appears out from within it, and it'll probably have some cool floral design on it too, or some like elven runes. So let's go with that.
That sounds cool as fuck.
That sounds really sick.
Now, what would your lightsaber style be?
This is very critical.
I'd have Lego Yoda spazzing the fuck out style, where like every time you push the control stick in one... if you put the control stick in one direction, he fucking does like a full insane flip and he's impossible to control.
The lightsaber Form 4, that's based mostly in acrobatics. Very interesting.
Wow.
Okay. Interesting.
Dude, somebody's going to be so fucking mad.
Yeah, so getting this screaming.
Shit wrong.
I believed you. I thought you had the memorized.
No, the lightsaber style 7 thing that I was saying that only Mace Windu uses is true.
Yeah,
but that was just to explain that Samuel L. Jackson wanted a purple lightsaber, and they were like, well, how are we going to explain this?
Yeah.
Well, blue and red makes purple, so...
Yeah, exactly. He's the perfect... He's like the arbiter of like the of the dark side. It's like he can go
Exactly.
there, but he can't stay there, and that's
Rip
what makes
Mace
him
Windu.
lit. Rip, he's the best. Him and Qui-Gon.
Yep, him,
The
Qui-Gon,
goats.
and Platoon. Which, speaking of, I'm
Goats.
going to start Platoon, my Star Wars
Okay.
lightsaber
Platoon
Okay.
style. Yeah, I'm going Platoon style on the pussy.
Who the fuck?
Orange
Okay.
lightsaber, because Platoon was like that.
Platoon was style 1, where
Platoon
he's
Matata.
mostly, or style 2, where he mostly is defensive because he doesn't want to hurt other people.
That couldn't describe me more myself.
Very interesting.
I hate to be boring, but like I would also probably go with like a hand and a half longsword. I always liked battle axes as a kid because I fucked with
Battle
the
axes are
dwarves. I was like,
Ghibli.
battle axes are sick. I go into my dad's shop. I made so many different kinds of like battle axes and swords and stuff that my dad was having.
I blacksmith perfect fucking battle axes in my
They were
dad's forge.
beautiful, dude. They were jewel encrusted. I had gold
That's
filigree
fire.
in all of them.
My
No,
dad
we
made
just
a
make like
sword
really
from,
nice wooden ones. Just
My
because
dad
I
had a
was
that is
scrap
cool.
wood and
from
shit.
Link sword
That is
from
cool.
the first Zelda. Sorry, from our
Oh, yeah,
young
the
Link
Master
But
Sword.
like made it out of like actual metal and like wood and shit, and then we just had this like big overgrown like bit of our backyard, and I just go in there and fucking like attack all the stupid plants that were growing there.
Dude,
Stupid
that's what
dogs and cats.
I'd go back into
Yeah.
the woods with
Got the
just, you know, my wooden sword or battle axe, and you just go around chopping shit.
We got to answer the question.
I'm gonna finish. Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, no. I like sword, like a hand and a half long sword with platoon fighting style.
Okay,
Okay.
well, I guess he wanted a little bit more. Like,
He wanted like
what's
he wants
what's
like
your
visuals.
glowing?
Like, what
Yeah,
does it
what's the
do?
visual that makes your sword? You know, mine's the glowing green sword of the West, Aragorn Ranger style. What's yours? Big penis on it.
Yeah, I think I'd like a nice flesh tone one, and when I kill you, it comes.
That would be
comes
cool.
backwards.
I like that.
That would be cool.
There's-
Stab
yeah,
through
the
and it
hand.
goes-
The pommel, no. It's the part you're holding onto is a penis, and then the pommel's the dick head, and then when you're like swinging it, you're kind of jacking it off a little bit because it's got like a
Hell
loose,
yeah.
like leather grip.
yeah, I
and so you're
like
kind of
that.
jacking.
And if you're
it, and
fighting
then,
for a long time, you get really sweaty, and then you hold it up, and it busts some water onto your face.
Glut, glut, glut. It's protein.
If I really could, if I genuinely could like spawn something into existence right now, though, it would be a lightsaber. Lightsaber is like the coolest thing ever invented.
Dude.
Like I'm
yeah,
not even a big Star Wars guy. I actually have found on most rewatches that I don't typically enjoy it very much. I think Star Wars is an epic video game idea. I think it's better than a movie idea, or like a book idea. That's my hot take. But at the same time, I think lightsaber. See, some people. To me, Star Wars is all about the lightsaber fights. That's the only thing I'm going on YouTube and looking up is like the lightsaber fights. I don't care
Which
about
is why
the
the prequels.
You're not
kick
looking
ass.
up the
care about
Senate
the
meetings on-
spaceships or like the cool like animals and aliens and shit. It's like I'm specifically there for like the 4-minute lightsaber duel. Well, some people find out, and I don't like the Millennium Falcon. Is
I
like the coolest thing
personally
ever.
kind of
I
like
don't
the
give a
political
shit.
undertones of the Star Wars universe.
The Millennial
pretty
Falcon.
Well, I'm
Cool.
just,
It's into
High brain
IPAs.
stuff.
I'm just saying that like there's so many things that people love in it, and for me, it's just like if the whole thing is just. I'm just sitting there in silence with a deadpan for 2 hours in the movie theater until the lightsabers come out, and then I'm like,
And then you start clapping like a seal.
yeah, I just start screaming.
Yeah.
That's,
Well, speaking of the
shout out
lightsaber fights,
yeah.
CJ, our beloved condom jerker.
Okay.
Did you ever know anybody who was
Oh.
like really into Star Wars? Like,
Yeah, like two of my best friends.
really
Yeah.
into Star Wars.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like 2 or 3 of my closest boys were, but not.
He
but
showed
not
up
in a,
to-
not in a special interest kind of way.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
just like they were really into it, but they weren't. Yeah, they weren't. Like,
yeah, it
fucking-
was like their Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
In comparison to me.
This dude's so weird. I don't even know if I could. He had many special interests, but Star Wars was one of them. He showed up to every harvest party, and for anybody listening,
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know
cult
what that
bullshit
is.
is
you
this?
guys are gonna like this. This is a niche side of Christianity. Harvest party is Halloween.
Oh, right.
That's it.
So the safe Halloween.
It's the same thing. People dress up and everybody shows up. There's candy. You just don't really
Yeah.
go trick or treating as much.
On
I
the
don't think I
same
did
day?
that. It's almost. I think we did it on October 31st a lot.
So it's
Yeah.
just like not embracing the evil ghouls.
The satanic, the gory,
Literally, and
scary
even as a
side.
kid, I would be like,
I mean, I guess I get that.
I mean, I guess I do too,
don't
but
get it,
at
but
the
I
same
guess I
time,
get it.
even as a kid, I was like,
makes
this is
sense.
kind of goofy.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Just do
We're
Halloween,
doing the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the occult.
Anyway, he showed up as a Jedi and or Sith every year, because he had
That's awesome.
like a black cloak on. But they had multiple lightsabers. Many times I had conversations with him because he would talk to us about, actually, how would you come in if you were going to fight me? How would you do it? So then he'd give you a lightsaber and you'd just be like, okay, well, I guess just and then he would go like, "Whatcha?" And he was like, backhanded actually generates a lot more power.
Yeah,
It's actually
that's the best.
you go like this, dude. It took like one time on a backswing to flip it out of his hand, and he'd be like, well, actually, this is actually a lot more power, and you can actually grip the lightsaber a lot better this way.
That's not how the physics work because they're actually light swords, but we don't actually have those yet. So
Yeah,
it's
no.
just
So he
plastic.
would give you
Plastic's never
lightsaber
safe.
fighting tips all the time.
That's pretty
and
dope.
Kind of nice.
They all
My
sucked.
favorite thing about the backhand
Oh,
thing
that sounds
is
nice.
like you can only go like this far and then your wrist locks out. So it's like, all right, so you have like this part of your body guarded. I'm just gonna swing at this part of your body. And then
Yeah,
you-
Exactly. The fights lasted 11 seconds tops.
It looks
It's like
really cool.
It's like a
It
rodeo,
looks
It's
fun.
8 seconds.
Yeah.
It's a miracle you made it there with that fighting style. But
Yeah.
I will say, you can generate a lot of force with that backhand swing. It's like
Dude, you can.
it's the sword version of hitting someone with like an elbow.
See now, if
Is
he
that why you hold a dagger
if he comboed the
Exactly.
backhand lightsaber with maybe a force push, then maybe he would have gotten somewhere.
Yeah, they even try force pushing you. Just getting his
But I
little
don't
sister
think-
fucking
And then
headbutt you.
huck a thermal detonator at them.
But I don't know
told
if
that, right?
I don't know if his hemoglobins were strong enough for him to be able to force push. So
What's his?
His
what is this? He threw a bomb?
chromotopians are not up to snuff.
what's his florpy gorpy count?
Is he
What's his
Hispanic?
cummy wumby count?
What's his sperm count?
How big is his penis?
Yeah, fucking Qui-Gon, like looking at Anakin's cum under a microscope. Wow, this is the most amount of chemicalorians I've ever
This
seen.
is the most amount of cum I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, that would actually be so cool if based on your force strength, if based on your force, like your force strength was directly tied to the size of your penis.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it was like, damn.
Qui-Gon's
And
just
for,
like,
but it's-
and for like the evil ones where you can like choke, you can like force choke and force lightning. It's like width, but for force push and pull, it's like length. So
It's
like all the
length.
Jedi's are rocking like 15-inch like needle dicks, and all of the
Dude,
evil guys are
Vader.
rocking like 2-inch fucking
chunkers.
like spam cans.
baby.
8 inches and thick.
He got a
What if it-
salami on the end of his waist.
I got
Vader's
the idea that
rocking
it's the
a
opposite.
hog.
Like it's like the more
He's
you know, like
choking
if you're
everybody.
around radiation, you know, like you get little nuts. It's like that. Like if you're really powerful,
Little
you
nuts,
got a
big
tiny
dick.
dick. But just know your shit shrinks because it's like it's like negatively affecting your body.
That would be cool. You don't know what the you
Yoda,
don't know
why
that
is
the
my
Force
penis so
radiation.
small?
That's
Balance in the universe.
it. Yeah. There's got to be some balance.
big penis and also be cool.
With great force comes little penis.
All right, so
I always hated the midichlorian shit. I always thought it was stupid.
oh, that dude,
I
I
liked
actually
it.
couldn't remember what they were called.
I just don't like the idea that it's like
Mini-cummians.
it's like, oh, you're just predetermined.
Mini-cum,
It's
yeah.
like, oh no, you're incredibly powerful from like genetics and like that's mostly it. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Some fellow named F. I think that's OBS doing that to me. They say, crazy story from my mom. She worked at CVS in Boston for years and one time saw a bunch of visibly distinct men come into her store and she checked out their items. That sounds very racist.
I was gonna say that sounds
That's very racist.
that's something.
She checked out their items.
Also,
at the
I think it's
register.
French leopard is the name.
Okay, shout out French Leopard. She checked out their items at the register. The next day, she saw their faces on TV as the 9/11 hijackers. She never told anyone until me 20 years later because she didn't want people to think she was crazy. But my real question I had that she couldn't answer was, what was they buying from CVS? Probably like a Gatorade. They needed to like pack in the electrolytes before the next day because they weren't going to be able to bring any water or something.
Viagra.
You'd ball out, wouldn't you? You'd be like, fuck it, snacks. You'd be like 10,000
condoms.
calories.
I feel like balling out at
fucking each
CVS
other.
would make balling out at CVS would make you make you question what you're doing.
You'd be like, I actually love this country.
Well, no, it would be like this is such a sad end to such a sad decision. You know, it's like I'm balling out of CVS at midnight or something the day before I'm going to blow up a building.
Yeah,
that kind of dude. CVS is like the most
that does
depressing
suck.
store I've ever been in.
That's
CVS.
an awful vibe.
Yeah, just like going to CVS and buying like $300
the dawn
worth of
before
candy.
your death in a fiery explosion in the World Trade Center, you had a CVS.
That is right. It's like you're basically like in purgatory before you get there when you when you walk
you're
in.
sampling purgatory. Yeah,
it does kind of suck. But yeah, they're probably buying Gatorade. Maybe they were buying like a. No, the internet wasn't really a thing. Maybe they were buying like an Amazon gift card that then they were gonna call their family in like Persia or whatever the fuck and like read off the code or something.
Yeah. Now, be sure to redeem.
It's 0, not O. Make sure you get that.
Redeem. They're like on the phone like 5 seconds before they hit the dower. Like, did it work? Did you redeem?
Please make sure you redeem it!
The only way you can get money to your family before the end is you have to buy $10,000 Amazon gift card. You have 5 minutes to call them. His wife is like they're like about to foreclose on their hut or something. Shout out Middle Eastern people that.
Bro, they're taking the yurt.
That wasn't. They're taking the yurt, bro.
Mom, they're taking the yurt.
They're taking the yurt and the kids.
They're like a Mongolian fucking insurance people fucking debt collector showing. I'm just taking your tent.
You must order new one on Amazon. That's why the second plane was like 15 minutes late because they're fucking. They like looped around the city once because his wife couldn't figure out how to redeem the fucking Amazon code.
How are you even going to steal him as yurt that's made to be moved? The guy's going to get there and be like, God damn it, not again. It's just an empty lot.
Shit,
I've been tracking these guys for 15 years. You got like career insurance guys tracking people down to steal their yurts.
Shit.
Yeah, but those Mongolians have taken out big loans.
So yeah, they were probably buying like $1,000 Amazon gift cards and Gatorade. That's my guess.
Yeah, that's my theory.
The Eep. Can't tell if it's being cut off. What's a movie that you have watched multiple times that has an atrociously bad IMDb score, or is just generally seen as being dog shit by the wider audience, but you enjoy it?
I'm assuming you don't mean like so bad it's good movies because I've watched a lot of those, and that would definitely be the lowest.
It's more like a movie with like, you know, it doesn't have like 2% on like Rotten Tomatoes or something. It's more like 40, where it's like generally seen as like bad and forgettable, but for you it just like hit right at the right time, and you're like, that's fire.
Honestly,
trying to see if this
Wanted probably. When I was like
Curve
13,
the
I was like,
Bullet
this
movie?
is the cool. Yeah, I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
That's
when I was
awesome.
like 13.
That's cool. I like.
I
it.
watched the
it since,
movie a
though,
lot.
but I'd happily watch that again.
As a kid, I don't know if I would, because I haven't watched this in decades, probably. It's called Gordy. It was. I think it came out after the Babe hype. They were like, pig movie did well. It's time for another pig movie. It's got a 3.8 on IMDb, so it's definitely not great. But I know a lot, like a decent amount of people who are a couple years older than us watched it because it came out in '94, so it's like that like mid-millennial age movie that a lot of them probably saw. But I remember seeing it all the like I loved it as a kid. I was like, this kicks ass.
Remember as a
So that's
kid,
mine. I'm going with. I'm rolling Gordy.
Bro's going full gourd.
Full gourd.
I watched when I was a kid. I watched a movie called Radio with Cuba Gooding Jr. Is that his name? What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a special ed guy that like the local football team like makes fun of and like beats up, and then they recruit him to be like their like equipment manager guy, and like the coach is very like empathetic to his special needs, and he becomes like it's like it starts out everyone hates him because he's autistic, which is strange, but I guess young people I guess people in high school do be like that, but then like they're shown the beauty of his love for the game, and he becomes like an important part of the team, and I always like that movie. It's apparently, according to Rotten Tomatoes, it's like at like 30%, and I remember I looked up the reviews for it, and everyone's like, fucking everybody thinks autistic people are just stupid idiots or some shit. It's like bleeding heart leftists who are like, this is a terrible representation of a person with autism or some shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. As a kid, I would watch it, and I liked football, and I had a severely autistic cousin who I loved, and he reminded me of him, so I always liked that movie.
Yeah. Do you think it's like the kind of,
I feel like a lot of those earlier movies like that, you got to give like a tiny bit of grace in how they.
It's not even that
bad. A lot of it was just like before that, people were just like, yo.
Look, I know people. I know autistic now is just like anybody who likes to draw or something. Which fair, I'm not going to take it away from you. But as someone with like a severely autistic family member, like if you go watch that movie, that is not a dishonest portrayal of their mannerisms and like lifestyle and stuff.
I guess that's probably where like all the criticism comes from, right? It's like people thinking like, oh, they're doing like a mockery, or like they're like playing it up real intensely for the for the camera or whatever. Like they're trying to make a caricature of an autistic person, but it's like you can have realistic portrayals of people who are like that, but it's not demeaning, And I mean, it sounds like a very wholesome movie where it's like these people learn to see past this. You can see there's like a positive for the community, but I suppose people are very sensitive and prickly around that sort of shit. So it's like
it is a very common football movie. Like there's so many football movies with that exact same like through line. It's like football team is this way. They become better because they learn to accept somebody else. A lot of times there's a black guy. Yeah, there's a black guy. And then all of a sudden our team is better. And we're like, holy shit. This time, autistic gear guy. Team, everybody loves him. I feel like that's not too crazy.
Autistic black guy now. That's a step too far.
That's the new one. That's the one that's coming up.
Simply Hoodie asks, "Hey boys, long time watcher, first time asker. They asked this question exactly 3 months ago.
Hope you're still listening.
You're even a longer time waiter. Hey, they're a patron. Shout out. So they probably are still listening. Legend.
Hey, very nice.
I've been watching BeefBoys for 4 freaking years. Holy shit. Well, they're definitely still listening then.
Goddamn.
Legend. I didn't even know he was making it for 4 freaking years.
That's a year per guy.
I cannot believe that is. It's true. And I can't believe that I haven't seen this question answered. What are your boys' favorite cuts of the beef, and how do you like your steak? For example, I love a rare T-bone steak that's been marinating in its juices all weekend. Shout out. Thanks for your support.
Mine is New York strip in the freezer, ice cold, put in the microwave, 20 minutes, tomato sauce.
Are you serious?
No.
Yes.
I was gonna say.
Yes.
I will say a New York strip is probably my least favorite cut of any meat to ever exist.
Try this. Frozen solid, put it in the microwave for 10 minutes, tomato sauce.
Okay, you got me interested.
It's going to change your life.
The way it cooks them it's kind of a reverse meal because it cooks them inside out. So the inside's really dry and chewy, but the outside's nice and soft.
And that
is how I like the steak. I like the char to be in the middle.
Water.
Yeah.
I like when you cut into a steak and on the outside it's like chewy and gooey and gross, but then when you get to the middle, it actually collapses into a pile of
crunch.
dust.
Yeah.
It just decays.
Like a reverse.
It has like a surprise
air hits the middle of it and it just like turns into smoke and flies away.
Yeah.
That's a good steak.
Well, my favorite steak, far and away, is a ribeye. I think that's the best meat. I think that's the best meat ever created. Maybe. I love it. I love a good ribeye. especially a bone-in ribeye. A lot of boneless ribeyes at the food store, which hey, nothing against them. I like them too, but nice bone-in ribeye. It helps radiate the heat when you're cooking it a little differently. And you go salt, and you go salt on both sides. Then you cook it. You do as hot as you can possibly get it. 2 minutes, flip it. 2 minutes, nice crust on both sides. Flip it over on its side. Make sure you get the fat cap. Then you lower it down. You don't really have to do the base thing. Some people do that. I usually just put a little butter on top and just let it melt into it. And then you kind of just like let it go so you know you're at the temperature you think you like. I like meat. I like a medium rare, but more toward medium. But once you've done the sear on both sides, like on the really hot heat, and you lower it down, then you can do the pepper. And if you're gonna do a little garlic, you do the garlic, because when you really sear off pepper, it gets like a bitter flavor to it,
burn.
which doesn't taste like terrible. It's not like burning garlic, and it's some people might even prefer the flavor if that's how you've been doing your steaks your whole life. But fun fact, if you ever just want to try it, only salt your steak. Then after you do the sears on both sides to get that crust going, then you do the pepper, and then the pepper doesn't burn. That's all you need: salt, pepper, and a good cut of meat, dude. That's all. Like I never go to a restaurant and get a steak. Why would I? Like it's like I know what I want. I get it for half the price. I do it at home. It comes out perfect. I enjoy it.
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That's me.
That being said, going to a pub and having a nice steak on a cold winter's night is delightful.
I don't think that's really a thing here.
Oh, it's a thing here, and they have like steak nights where it's like cheaper. You know, like yeah. But yes, I agree. I'd
because going to a pub is like going to get a cheap. Like I don't know. Usually going to get a steak is like the implication is you're gonna like buy the most expensive thing on the menu.
Yeah, it definitely is
right?
often the most expensive. But if you go on a cheap night, you know, if you go on the
I wish there was cheap steak night. I don't think. I always wanted to do like a British style like steak frites fucking vibe where it's just like steak and gravy, and then they give you a bunch of skinny French fries, and you just like keep getting more of it. It's just hella steak and French fries.
Yeah, that does sound like a good.
They be doing that
fun.
at pubs.
Yeah,
It's pretty lit. I like
a porterhouse. I do like ribeye too, but I usually go porterhouse. I don't know why. That's just
okay, white boy.
The cut of choice here, and then I do season it on all sides with salt and pepper, and then just a little bit of olive oil, get it smoking, and then hit one side, and then melt the fat, and then hit the other side. And sear off all the edges.
Gotta melt the fat.
4 or 5 minutes either side, and then I baste it with butter and garlic and rosemary. And you baste that shit, and then you let it sit for like 5 or 2 minutes. And then
I'm feeling really spicy. I'll baste it, but
I love it.
I do want to make. Bro, I want to make my own compound butter.
I've been doing that.
It's
lately.
so easy.
I got some in the fridge right now.
That.
It's dude. Do a roast garlic compound butter. It's the easiest thing ever. You just fucking put a knob of garlic and some fucking tinfoil with some with the top cut off and some oil and salt and bake it for an hour, and then you just got the fucking like the tastiest roast garlic.
You just smush it into some smushy butter and roll it back up.
Yep. And so what I've been doing lately is I've been making this like this god butter, where it's just like one slice of this will just add in the same flavor to anything. So it's like that fresh garlic powder, roast garlic, parsley and chili flakes and salt, and so you can just fucking put this shit on top of any cut of meat, and it will make it taste like fucking heaven.
Damn, that does sound good as fuck.
That sounds really good.
I was gonna put parm in it too, because then you got like a little bit of cheese and a little bit more salt.
At that point, it's just like
do that.
At that point, it's just like the meat is just a vehicle for the fucking god butter, which I like.
Oh yeah. Especially if like you got chicken or something a bit more like bland.
God butter.
Put everyone write in the comments your favorite compound butter ingredients.
I'm gonna make I'm gonna make a compound butter, and I'm gonna call it mother butter.
Mother butter.
That probably
butter.
Mother butter.
Mother butter.
Mother butter.
Like how they have like mother sauces, you know? Like there's like the 5 mother sauces that all sauces are based. That are all start from, you know?
5 mother sauces.
Oh yeah, milk, water, fish,
pea,
Gatorade, and piss.
Yeah, Gatorade. Yeah, that's I've got carried away with cum. I forgot it's Gatorade.
Andrew,
and
what
piss.
the fuck kind of steak are you eating?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't eaten steak a ton growing up, so I don't really know which cut is my favorite.
You go out and kill cows with your bare hands?
No, so that's the thing. I can tell you what cut of deer I like the most. Of venison.
Why is there-
Asshole.
Why is there cuts of deer?
Yeah, don't you just
it's-
eat the whole thing?
Because it's it's an animal.
Yeah, you just like rip a hunk off it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like bread. You just pull off pieces.
Yeah.
That
like
is
a
true. We
pull-apart
do. It's kind of like you just whip it up into a cotton candy and just.
Is there
Eat it
truly
off.
a cut of deer?
Yeah,
That's stupid.
you're butchering an animal. It's the same as like
Yeah, but it's like
cow.
all muscle and dumb and shit.
No, it's
That changes
actually pretty
everything.
good. It's actually quite yummy.
I don't know. I've
I
had
actually
venison a couple
much
times.
prefer
and
it to beef. Beef
I like
fucking
venison.
sucks
Crazy. You're
compared to venison.
No, I
That's a
love
ridiculous
venison.
statement.
It's nice, but a beef is you can't beat beef. You can't beat beef.
Yeah, easily
Yeah, I
can
feel
be
like-
beef.
Go, download Australian
No.
beef.
I love
today.
steak. Like steak is great. I love having
there's
steak
a reason
with
the
the
beef
boys.
industry is as big as it is and the venison industry is not.
It's because
I think
it's
that's a
much easier to mass
verifiable
produce
fact.
cattle than it is
I don't think
deer.
that's true. If you prefer venison in
Anyway,
the comments,
backstrap
say,
is my favorite cut. Backstrap the sirloin. It's very
Back
good.
shots.
You just get some of it into little things about this big, and then you put them in some like flour, pepper, and salt, and it almost does like a slight breading on it. And you just put it in a pan with some butter, and it is so good.
You butterfucker.
All right, chat. If you think that venison is better than beef, say shout out Andrew in the comments. If you think that beef is better than venison, say Andrew, I hope to find you swinging from a bridge tomorrow. Say
And if you
comment
like
that.
beef boys, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Yeah, Andrew, we're not called venison boys, okay?
Yeah,
You asked me which cut of meat I like. I'm telling you what cut of meat I fucking like. And I told you I don't know what cut of beef I like.
know what
Steak
cut of-
is steak to me.
You know what? What the
I
fuck is
genuinely
what is this
do
guy
not know the
saying,
different
Kudos?
steak cuts, dude. I didn't
York
eat a ton
strip.
of steak. That shit's expensive.
The eyes.
I
Liver.
do like a good cow eye. That's one of my favorites.
Dude, I was at the
Deer
grocery
heart is
store
also
yesterday.
really good.
That's
Okay,
fucking
calm
foul. Calm down.
It's really good.
No.
Do you have it in a smoothie?
It
What do
is.
you do
I'm
with it?
sorry you all
Organ
grew up
meat
on
is-
cows
organ
and
meat is
pigs, and
gross,
anything
bro.
outside of that is just too scary for the little city
dude,
boys.
I grew up eating sheep, bitch.
I'm not saying you're
Whoa,
dumb.
no.
I'm saying I gave an opinion on something and I'm being attacked for it, which is bullshit.
You gave an incorrect opinion because that
Suck
wasn't
my
the question.
penis
That
and
wasn't the
my
question.
balls.
That wasn't the
It just
question.
wasn't.
you
It
little-
wasn't the question.
Okay, what the fuck ever?
It
You
wasn't
guys
which cut
hate
of
my
meat.
penis.
It was which cut of
I don't know
beef.
what beef I like. Porterhouse,
question.
T-bone.
That's a
What
great
the fuck
choice.
do you want from me? It's steak. Steak is steak to me. I don't have a favorite.
Okay,
Who
it's venison. it's a deer.
Bro's favorite cut of beef is deer. This is from Mr. House. Morpheus holding two pills. One gives you silent pooping, but it's permanent, and the other gives you deafeningly loud pooping, but it's toggleable.
But it's oh wait, it's toggleable.
Yes, if you want to just have like an insanely
Deafening.
loud shit for the meat.
That's
Yeah.
so much fun. If you can just turn it off and then just blow somebody's bathroom out at the click of a button on your body, perhaps, I'm going explosive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like the toggleable
so.
one is always better, right?
But
You
like
can just
what?
do it whenever you want.
But silent pooping is like, when would you ever not want to be silent? You know, like I don't want
That's-
people to know what I'm doing.
But if someone gives you the option of like, okay, you can either do this forever or you can do this whenever you want and this whenever you want. It's like, well,
Yeah,
probably.
you,
No, but I
most
think-
times you want the option.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
not giving you silent or loud. It's giving you normal or loud.
I'm not a loud shitter.
But normal-
I don't know.
Well, yeah, exactly. But sometimes
Right.
a normal shit can be kind of quiet. It can just be like,
Well, that's what I'm
Sometimes
saying.
though, but this is saying it's like legit, like not even a fucking peep. It'll just
Look,
every time.
The funny fella in me is saying I don't really care if someone hears me shitting, but I do care to have the opportunity to shit incredibly loud.
yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. If it's like, if I can feel it in my gut where I'm like, this was gonna be kind of loud, I might as well just turn that shit up and fart reverb the entire airport.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
I've been called out when I was traveling to see you guys in America, where you go to an airport bathroom and you need to shit really badly, but it's like there's like a million people around and it's America, so your fucking stools have like a little inch of fucking gap in them so everyone can watch your shit. But if I could go in there and just like know it's like gonna be legit 100% silent, no one's gonna hear it, I could do that anywhere. It'd be amazing. And think of that you want to prank someone. You're talking about pranksters. Imagine just being able to lay a silent egg anywhere you want. You go to the back of a theater, you could fucking do it in
I don't know.
the floor of a bar. I don't know.
I feel like the smell might give you away at some point.
Sure, but
that's true.
But the sound is the thing everyone will hear first.
Fun fact: when I shit in public, I don't want to put my pants on the ground because I think that's gross. So I even in those stalls where you can there's like 8 inches of gap and you can see through it, I just get completely bottom down naked and like hang my pants up on the side.
You bring a little clothesline.
I thought you were gonna say like you try and like hold it at your knees a little bit more, like to keep it up.
I fully take them off over my sneakers and like hang them up on the door if there's a hook or like hold them in one hand while I shit.
Okay, lightning round. Next question.
The Wizard 0957 asks from March 24th. What's the sexiest thing an overweight gamer has done that made you want to have sex with him immediately?
My favorite Reddit question of all time.
Take a shower. Next.
Yes,
take
next.
Take a shower, brush your teeth, get a haircut.
Yeah, next.
Maybe Maisie asked, what cool toys did you have growing up? I distinctly remember playing with these ones when I was 4 years old, and it's the Blue's Clues, Mr. Salt, and Ms.
Oh, I had those!
Fire. That's
which I also think I had.
Because look, they're glued together, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that pissed me off because I was like, I want to play with them separately, but you have to play with them.
Yeah,
fucking
why would they?
One
That seems like a rage-inducing.
Yeah, that is kind of fucked up.
I had like a million of the
solid.
I had like a million of the notebooks, like his special notebook. I had like a million of
those things. I felt so cool with those. You're like,
this
is my fucking
it was like the coolest
notebook,
thing ever.
dude. I'm writing clues down in this bitch.
I'm writing it.
My coolest thing was I had a thing of Helm's Deep that had ladders and like orcs and elves and people.
Ooh, that is awesome.
And I would like make them have the Battle of Helm's Deep.
The only one I can think of, me and my brother had I might have mentioned this before. We had a shit ton of rescue heroes growing up. Mostly my brother, but we
rescue heroes are epic.
We had they made this one. There's this giant robot that you could put one of them in, and then you could control the robot, and it would like move around, and you could like you save
awesome.
people and shit. That thing kicked ass.
I'm gonna be boring. I really love to. I had a trampoline. And I know that sounds stupid, but I was on that bitch literally every fucking day for like
me too. I had a trampoline. It was like every day. I was ripping that shit every single day, no matter what.
That was like probably my main cardio. That was when I like started going to the gym. I actually had like pretty good legs for like someone who hadn't really worked out much, just because I trampolined so fucking much.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Did you guys exclusively? What was your? This is a judgment of your neighborhood. Was it mostly ones with nets on it, or did you have just open source tramps around you?
All open, baby, square.
Yeah,
I
same
had
here.
A huge square one, and the cool thing about the square ones is you could tip them up.
Olympic bougie.
I always thought it was a Povo thing because we didn't have I always thought the cool.
Maybe
kids
this is
had
a cultural
ones.
difference.
No, because kids, I did remember kids having the circular ones with the nets, but what you could do with it was like, because it was just too long, like slats, like just to like keep it up, you could fully tip it up, and it would like rest on like a fucking like 90-degree angle, or like 85-degree, like it was pretty much almost like a sheer cliff. But then what you could do is you could fucking sprint up it, hold onto the bar at the top, and then ride it as it like fell down.
What the fuck?
Yo!
It was awesome. I found that when I was like 10, I was like strong enough to like lift the trampoline on my own. I just kept fucking doing it all day. It was so fucking cool.
That is actually really cool.
I'd also practice
we had trampolines to the talking points, because I feel like we could all talk about trampolines for a long time, and I want to.
All right, Dill Pickle asks, What are some of the boys' online gamer accolades? Some of mine include Halo 3 on Legendary, Hollow Knight, Path of Pain, and getting a comment of mine pinned on my favorite podcast, the BeefBoys. Shout out.
Oh,
Shout out.
That's a good ass
What a
question.
guy.
Thank you.
I know mine.
Tell me.
On Halo 3, to get recon armor, which they ended up giving out like toward the end of the game to like
yeah.
everybody, but it was like this armor that you could only get. Like there was no way to
content
buy it.
creator
Like
one,
there was none of
right?
that stupid shit. No, the only way to get it was to do Halo 7-on-7s, where they did. There was like 7 I think it was like called like Vidmaster achievements or something. And if you did all of them and like you could verify it, like Bungie would unlock the recon armor like on your account and you could use it. And like it was like a status symbol that like you had like actually verified with Bungie that you were like a true Halo god, and I did all of them. And like some of them you could only do one on July 7th because it was like 7/7 and it was 7-on-7. So like there was like one of them that like you could only do one day a year, and like the game was obviously at its peak for like 3 or 4 years. So like there was only like a couple opportunities to do it, and I did all of them, and I got recon armor before everybody else got it for free.
That's
fucking awesome.
Sick.
Damn. I can't miss
That's
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll definitely I'll go here just in case Kudos has a better one. I can't think of anything. I don't really think I've done too much big gamer shit. I know I've done most of Hollow Knight, and I definitely got a decent way through Path of Pain, if not finishing it, because I fucking love the platforming in that game. It kicks ass. So shout out fellow Hollow Knighter. Hollow what? All right, go Kudos.
Hollow what? I probably because I've played a fuckload of online games, and I'm like,
Damn.
at the ones I really like, I'm pretty good at them, but I never
yeah, don't
pushed
lie.
like to really insane levels. You know, like I've done like raiding and WoW, but not like I've never done like mythic or heroic. I've done some heroic, but I never done like mythic, like the really fucking sweaty level shit. I'm kind of like I'll get there, I'll do the content, I'll be like, yeah, this is fun, and then I'll move on to something else. Like I'm not, I really struggle to like just stick playing one game for like months and months and months on end. Even a game like World of Warcraft, I'll just come and go. But I think thinking about it now, the game achievement I'm most proud of that I can think off the top of my head is I've 100%ed every one of the Arkham games.
Have you really?
Okay, that's There's a lot of
That
little
is
things
pretty
to do in
fucking
those games.
I didn't. The Arkham Knight, you have to beat the game twice to technically 100% it, which I haven't done. So I think they call it like 101% because there's like one costume you unlock if you like New Game Plus it. If you 100% the game twice. I haven't done that because I'm not. Again, I do value my time. But yeah, that's the one I can think of off the dome.
I give that huge kudos because like I usually get I'm like an 85% gamer because I just naturally like to take the game slow like Ghost of Tsushima and like do everything before I like go to the next zone except like Ghost of Tsushima was like the best game to try to 100% because like almost everything like it's not like Assassin's Creed where it's just like find like paper. I guess you can find paper. It was like save all the farms, clear the last Mongols, fucking raise your family's banner or some shit. Yeah, and you're like doing combat for the most part for all of them, which I always like really enabled me to like want to do it. But then I call myself like an 85% gamer because then you get to the end of the game and there is one set of them where it's just like go around and find a bunch of flags. Follow a bunch of foxes to like their little dens and stuff, and it's like that's where as soon as it doesn't have like a gameplay element like looped into it, I'm just like well, I 100%ed the stuff that's fun.
I'd say
you're a 100% fun gamer.
I love doing the Mongol camps because I was the same with Far Cry.
Dude, it's so
like any of the
fire.
Far Cry games, I loved clearing camps and stuff. But as soon as it was like kill 3 porcupines, I was like.
See, that's where I waste my time, like in like the Assassin's Creed or Far Cry or Ghost of Tsushima camps, where it's like, I will like make a save and reload it 800 times until I do the camp exactly how I want to, don't get found, do all of the side quests, and go through it like how I mapped out like before I started it. So that probably makes up the time. That's probably why I don't want to go around collecting banners because I want to like 100% all the camps like in perfect. swag mode.
That was how I felt with fucking Assassin's Creed Shadows, which like I wasn't trying to 100% because it just seems like such a big game, but like that game just becomes very. You get to the point where you're just like, oh man, this just keeps going, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a game I was really enjoying. I was like, yeah, maybe I will 100%, or not 100%, but like I'll probably like get really deep into this, and then like I didn't even finish the second act because it just kept fucking going. Big Penis asked, what are y'all's Wi-Fi's named? Anything fun or just the default? I lost Wi-Fi privileges because our first one, or the previous one, the first one I was allowed to name I called Big Pussy Wi-Fi, and the second one was named Piss Flaps Wi-Fi. So I lost privileges after Emma's parents came and was like, "Oh, what's your Wi-Fi?" And she was like, "Oh, I'll put it in for you."
That's brutal. That is yeah.
Big pussy
I
flaps.
thought it was because like, oh, our neighbors can see that, because then it's like, no, that's the funny part. But yeah,
about
your in-laws coming over is kind of epic.
Yeah, no, that.
My Wi-Fi when I was a kid was DDWRT for some reason. That was just like, I guess like the gibberish that it shit out.
Dance, Revolution.
But something about it always hit. It just DDWRT. Something about that flow of letters.
It also sounds like a radio station.
Yeah, it kind of does. I've always just named my shit DDWRT.
Interesting. Now people are going to be able to dox you by driving around the streets of New Jersey looking for DDWRT. I found it! He's here! Let's kill him! Let's kill him for his opinion on GTA 5 story.
For the sake of the lightning round, I'll keep it short. No. It's pretty much been default or something very boring.
Papa Boris asked, would you call a 5-year-old the N-word for $1 million?
Now, caveat, I would not call a black child that.
Yeah.